Street. So.
Okay. You know, of course, that Michael's wife Jillian's my cousin.
Yes.
A couple of times removed and set it up, but my memories of childhood are there.
That's sort of like way back when there was
Way back.
a connection.
Also, funny, you know, days.
Oh, this is fun.
I remember in college, whatever you used to, there was a book that was French history at the time was popular called Democracy in France.
Okay.
Which covered a lot of the material in particularly the late 18th century and up to World War I.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it was sort of some of the things, a lot of it
Sure, they're not
very
So what about you?
French names and something that's Irish.
Isn't it great?
That's that anomaly.
I've learned
Rests.
so me too.
My brain stands together.
I'm sort of knowledge-wise studying about when I was young, but there were bunches of things that I didn't know.
Well, that's why I say I
For whatever reason, that was one of those things.
I'm trying to fill the holes.
We did a course on
Yeah, and to put it all together.
That's right.
Good job.
That would be, oh my God.
What a treat. I'm so glad you joined us. No, really, it's such a nice surprise. Yeah.
Oh, I'm having fun already.
Shabbat Shalom. That was exciting. Let's begin. I know, it's wonderful. We almost have a minute at the very beginning. This is like a
Two-thirds.
Yeah. It's good. Page 61. Ma tohu, ma tohu, May this be an auspicious time, Adonai, for my prayer. Your love, O God, is great. Answer me with your true deliverance. Va'ani tefilati lech Adonai et ratzon Elohim berov chastecha aneni be'emet yishecha. So we start with the dimension of space, giving thanks for your tents, O Jacob, which is metaphor for giving thanks for the space that we've entered into together. And now we turn to page 63, and we add, in addition to our awareness of the space we're in, the awareness of time. The second paragraph reminds us that we are given a pure soul, and I love the line, 3 lines down in it, Kol zman shehaneshama v'kibi. As long as, for all the time that this soul is within me, I will give thanks, and I will try to live to the fullest. So now we remind ourselves of the dimension of time. Right at the beginning of the service, first space, and now time. Elohai neshama Elohai Neshama Shenatavi Tehora Tehorahi Elohai Neshama Shenatavi Kirbi Mogda'ani Lefanecha Adonai Elohai Belohei Avotai Ribon Kol HaMa'asim Adon Kol HaNeshamot Baruch Ata Adonai HaMachazir Neshamot Lifkarim Meitim. And let's continue on page 65 with the morning blessings. The first one continues the theme of time, where we thank the rooster for waking us up in the morning, knowing what time it is. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sefti bina lahatchim ben yom u'ben layla. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Sha'asani b'tzalmo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Sha'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Sha'asani b'chorim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Pokeach Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ma'aviv sharunim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Zokei Filufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Rokah haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin b'tzarei yaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael v'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael v'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten laya'et ro'am. And in the English, on the same page, 65, let's read, counting up from the bottom, 6 lines. 1, 2, 6. Let's read together. Strengthen our desire to do good deeds. Teach us humility that we may serve you. May we find grace, love, and compassion in your sight and in the sight of all who look upon us this day and every day. Grant us a full measure of loving kindness. Praised are you, Adonai, who bestows loving kindness upon God's people, Israel. So today is Shabbat. It's also Rosh Chodesh. Not every day do we get a Shabbat that's a Rosh Chodesh itself. oftentimes it's, we announce it on Shabbat, but it comes during the week. So this is pretty rare. And then it's also Shabbat HaChodesh, because it's a special, one of the 4 special readings before Passover. So it's like a triple, it's trifecta. It's a trifecta. So I'd like us to look, we don't usually do this, but look on page 79. This is, if you learn to look at 78, it starts on 78, the Psalms for Rosh Chodesh. And we don't usually do it, but it's a little long, but you know what? It's worth it. So I'm going to start on 79, and then I'm going to ask just people to jump in and take a paragraph in English, and let's read through it and listen to it. It's just the awareness of nature and of time. It's a wonderful song. So here we go. You make springs gush forth in torrents to flow between the hills. The wild beasts all drink from them. The wild asses quench their thirst. Birds of the heavens rest on their banks and lift their voices among the branches. Someone else.
From your lofty abode you water the hills. The earth is sated with the fruit of your works. You cause grass to grow for cattle and plants, for people to cultivate, enabling them to bring forth bread from the earth. It is wine that gladdens the human heart, oil that makes the face shine, and bread that sustains human life. The trees of Adonai drink their fill, the cedars of Lebanon, which God planted. Birds build their nests in them, storks make their homes in the pines.
The high hills are for wild goats, the rocks are a refuge for badgers. You made the moon to measure the seasons, the sun knows its time for setting. You bring on darkness, and it is night when all the beasts of the forest stir. The young lions roar for prey, seeking their food from God. When the sun rises, they steal away and lie down in their dens. Then people go out to their work, to their labor until evening.
How varied are your works, Adonai. In wisdom have you made them all. The earth is filled with your creatures. Here is the great vast sea, teeming with numberless living things, great and small. Here ships sail to and fro. Here swims Leviathan, which you made as a plaything.
All of them look to you to give them their food at a proper time. When you give them, they gather up. When you open your hand, they eat their fill. When you hide your face, they feel panic. When you take away their breath, they perish and return to the dust. With your breath they are created, and you renew the face of the earth.
The glory of Adonai endures forever. May Adonai rejoice in his works. When God looks at the earth, it quakes. God touches the hills and they smoke. I will sing to Adonai as long as I live. All my life I will chant to my God. May my meditations please God. I will rejoice in Adonai. Let sins disappear from the earth, and the wicked will be no more.
Together. Praise Adonai, my soul. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Isn't that a beautiful song?
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's just a beautiful song. So happy Rosh Chodesh Tov. Page 83. Baruch She'amar V'haya ha'olam Baruch Hu Baruch Oseh Bereshis Baruch Omer V'oseh Baruch Oser U'mekayem Baruch Merachem al ha'aretz Baruch Merachem al ha'briyot Achiv Cheholami Melech Mishubach Umefoar Adei Shemo HaGadol Baruch Ata Adonai Melech Meulal Batishbachot. You are praised, Adonai, sovereign, magnified with songs of praise. That's the punchline, songs of praise. So we begin the section with songs of praise. Page 85.
Is there a Hebrew word for today?
No. I haven't found one yet. But maybe we'll cut. You have one for today? You want to do one for today?
I'll think about it.
Okay. Yes.
Chodesh.
Chodesh, that's a good one.
And Chadash.
And Chadash, sure, that's a great one. Chodesh is month. Chadash is new. And actually,
Yeah.
and so it's a review. Even the old can be new. And Chodesh, which is month, really it comes because it's a new moon. So that's why the word new really is related to the meaning for month. It's better new, the new time, the new moon, the new section. Okay. Chodesh, sounds good. Page 85, line 9 in the Hebrew, and then we skip to line 11. Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Umelo. Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam. Page 88, about halfway down the letter Mem. Very Jewish psalm because it asks questions. Mi ha'ish hechafetz chaim. Who's the person who yearns for life? Mi ha'ish hechafetz chaim. Usata page 90.
What about tove as a word? Have we ever done that?
Tov is a great word too.
For today's word?
Very good word.
A good word. Good word.
Tov meaning
Oh, good.
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 And it connects with our other word because the greeting for Rosh Chodesh is Chodesh Tov. So we've got Chodesh and we've got Tov. So a good month or a good renewal
Instead of a great,
or good newness.
have a good.
Okay?
Should have a good. Good. Oh, sounds interesting.
Page 94. And here we have the word right there. Right there. It's the first bolded word, Tov. Good. Tov l'hodot l'Adonai. All right, new tune.
All right.
Tov l'hodot l'Adonai. Let's just do the la la's first. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Repeats. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Tov lehodot Adonai, Tov lehodot Adonai, ulezamer b'shimcha elyon. Repeats. Tov lehodot Adonai, Tov lehodot Adonai, ulezamer b'shimcha elyon. Lehagid b'boker, b'boker chasecha, ve'emunatecha b'leilot. Lehagid b'boker, b'boker chasecha, ve'emunatecha b'leilot. Tov lehodot Adonai, Tov lehodot Adonai, ulezamer b'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot Adonai, Tov lehodot Adonai, ulezamer b'shimcha elyon. Lehagid b'boker, b'boker chasecha, emunatecha b'leilot. Lehagid b'boker, b'boker chasecha, emunatecha b'leilot. It's funny how tunes work. I haven't thought of that melody in years.
It's from my childhood
Yeah,
someplace.
yeah.
It's nice.
Page 100. In the middle. Hallelujah, 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 El Bekosho, hallelujah, Birki Avuzo, hallelujah, Vigurota, hallelujah, Kirovuno, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Shama, Hallelu B'tzil Tzlekshua, Kol HaShema, Tehaleya, Hallelu, Hallelujah, Hallelu, 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 Hallelujah, Hallelu, 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 Hallelujah, Hallelu. That goes with hallelujah, why not? Go for it. Page 104. Nishma korai tivarech et shimcha Adonai Eloheinu. You stir the sleeping, give voice to the speechless, free the fettered, support the falling, and raise those bowed down. You alone do we acknowledge. Let's continue on 104, the last paragraph together in English. From Egypt you redeemed us, from the house of bondage you delivered us, in famine you nourished us, in prosperity you sustained us. You rescued us from the sword, protected us from pestilence, and saved us from severe and lingering disease. To this day your compassion has sustained us, your kindness has not forsaken us. Never abandon us, Adonai, our God. Page 105 in the middle. Shochenad Maharon V'kadosh Sharim titalal, u'divrei tzadikim tiparach, u'vilshon chasidim titromam, u'bekerev kedoshim tikadash, u'makaos v'birot amcha beis Yisrael. Shekein chavat kol ha'yitzurim lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu lehodot lehalel leshabeach lefarer leromein lehalel levarech lalei ulkales al kol divrei shirot v'tishbechot David ben Yishai Avdecha Yishtabach Shimcha Berachot v'hodahot me'ata v'yad olam baruch Adonai el melech gadol batishbachot el hodahot adon haniflaot habocher b'shirei simha melech elchei ha'olamim. It is wonderful to have a minyan already this morning. So let's continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, a prayer of transition in the service. The Kaddish is always a prayer of transition. 106 and then the Baruch Hu 107. Please rise. Yikada v'yikada shemei Rabbi Yamad Yibrach Yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayet od yomecha uvayet kol Beis Yisrael v'agala V'yisbach, v'yishtabach, v'yipa'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yit'halal, Shmei l'Kodeshai, Le'elah, min kol bechata, v'shirata, Dushbefasa, v'nechamasa, Damiram ve'alma, v'yimeru, Yai la 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 la. Yai 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 la 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 Turn to page 108. You can be seated and sing about all the beautiful lights in the heavens and remind ourselves even on Rosh Chodesh where there isn't much light at night, it doesn't have the moon, it's going to be back. 108. Top of page 109, let's read the first paragraph together. To God who completed the work of creation on the seventh day and ascended God's glorious throne. God robed the day of rest in beauty, calling Shabbat a delight. God ceased all God's labors on Shabbat. That is his distinction. The seventh day itself hymns praise to God. A song for Shabbat, it is good to acclaim Adonai. And on that last line, the Hebrew of that last line, Tov, L'hodol, one of our words of the day. Good, it is good to L'hodol Adonai, to give thanks to God. Tov, there it is right there. Tibarach Mosheino Shelach Masei Yadecha Ve'al Mereor Shasita Yefaru Chaseva. Page 110. Tibarach Tureinu Malkeinu V'Goaleinu Barei Kedoshim. 3.5 lines from the top. Kulam Ahubim, Kulam Berurim, Kulam Giborim, V'Kulam Osim Be'ema Ovira, B'Tzon Konam, V'Kulam Potchim et Pihem, B'Kedusha U'B'Tahara, B'Shira U'B'Zimra, U'Mevarchim U'Shavachim, U'Mefa'arim U'Ma'aritzim, U'Makdishim U'Mamlichim Et Shem Ha'er HaMelech HaGadol HaGadol B'Hanara HaDoshu V'chulam Mekablim Aleihem Ol Malchut Shamayim Zeh Mizeh V'notim Reshut Zeh L'Zeh Ha'akdish Liyotzram B'nachar Ruach V'safar Rabnim HaKrosha Kulam ke'echad olim ve'omrim be'yirah Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Tzvaot Melech kol ha'aretz k'vodo V'ofanim v'chayot ha'kodesh Ve'ra'ash gadol min ha'sim u'matzrafim V'umatam v'shachim ve'omrim Baruch Adonai Mi'olam. Page 110. Le'el Baruch Ne'imot Titeinu La'melech Echad V'Kayam Smirot Yameru V'Tishbachot Yashmiru Ki Hu Levado El Gevurot Oseh Chadashot Bo'am Milchamot Zorei Tzedakot Patzniach Yeshuot Borei Refuot Noran Tehilot Adon HaMiflaot HaMechadesh B'tuvo B'chol Yom Tamid Ma'aseh Bereshit Ka'amur Le'oseh Orim Dolim Ki Le'olam Chasto Or Chadash Yom Ta'ir B'nizkeh Kulanu Behera Le'olam Baruch Atah Adonai Yoser HaMelech. And our other word for the day, Chodesh, Chadash, new. 5 lines up from the bottom, HaMechadesh B'tuvo B'chol Yom Tamid Maseh V'Shish. God renews in God's goodness every day, continually, the deeds of creation. Every day is a new gift of creation. So one of my favorite lines, and it's got our word Mechadesh, who renews from new, word for one of the words for the day. Page 111. Enlighten our eyes with your Torah, the beginning of the next paragraph. There's some prayers we're supposed to say out loud and some silently. The Shema is supposed to be said out loud. Because, what does it say? Shema Yisrael. Hear, O Israel. Not hear, O God. Hear, O Israel. So we're supposed to be able to hear the words. These are God speaking to us, so we say them out loud. So in theory, we do the Shema out loud. Whereas the Amida, after we get to the part that we do in unison, in theory, that's one where we don't speak the words out loud. We say them, but because they're to God, God can hear whether we actually say them out loud or we just say them quietly. So the Shema is really directed to us. And so we want to really be sure we hear those words. The Amida is directed to God, and God can hear it even if we don't say them out loud once we get to the silent part in the same way that we would the Shema, which is kind of interesting. Okay, so let's continue in the middle of 113. L'dor v'ador hu kayam u'shmo kayam v'chiso nachon u'machuto be'emunato la'ad kayam. And the last four lines on 113. Emet she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avoteinu Malkeinu Melech Avoteinu Go'aleinu Go'el Avoteinu Yotzreinu Tzur Yeshuateinu Hodeinu Matzileinu Me'olam Shemecha Elohim Zuhatecha. Page 114. Chris, can you lead us in that Michamocha? Are you comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to come up? Page 114, the middle. It's a column. First part's column. Yeah.
It's all calm response.
Okay.
Michamocha, Ba'alim Adonai, Michamocha, Neda
Next line says Shiva Chadasha, new song. Chadash, Chodesh, and Chris led us in a new song. Shiva Chadasha, Shivchu Gelim Nishimcha Sfatayam, Yachad Kulam Adulim Lichu Ve'amru, Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed, Sur Yisrael, Kulam Ezrat Yisrael, Utein Melech, Yehuda Ve'Yisrael, Goleinu, Adonai Tzvaot Shema, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah
Galileo,
today is, of course, Shabbat. But it is also Rosh Chodesh, first day of the new month. What month would that be?
Toyota.
Nisan. Very good. So, we also, in addition to everything else, have Hallel because it's a new month, and we say Hallel on a new month. Hallel means praise, give thanks for the new month, for beginnings, new beginnings all the time. The new beginnings of our people, of course, on Passover, and of the new month. So, let's turn to page 133 and stand, if we're able, for the Hallel. Half the Hallel, actually. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likro et ha'Hallel. God lifts the poor out of the dust, raises the needy from the rubbish heap, and seats them with the powerful of God's people. God settles a barren woman in her home, a mother happy with children. Hallelujah. Saved Yisrael miMitzrayim, Bet Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Saved Yisrael miMitzrayim, Bet Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Hayta Yehuda v'Kvadsho, Yisrael man shilotav. Hayam Rahabayanos, Hayadid Yisov le'achor, Harim Rakdu Kelim, Gilot Yimexo, B'tzeit Yisrael miMitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo'ez. Malechot hayam, Kitanus, Hayarden, Kisod le'achor, Harim, Tirkedu chelim, Gebaot, Kivneitzon, Milifnei Adon, Huli Aharetz, Milifnei Eloah Yaakov, Hahochi Hatzur, Hagahamayim, Malam Mishchalim, Lemayno Mahayim, middle of 134. Adonai Zechariah Yivarech, Yivarech et Beit Yisrael, Yivarech et Beit Aharon, Yivarech Yirei Adonai, Hakranim HaGadolim, Yosef Adonai Alechem, Alechem ve'Alechem, 5, 7 lines up from the bottom. Ana Adonai ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha, ben amatecha, ani avdecha, ben amatecha, itachta lemosei. Ana Adonai ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha, ben amatecha, ani avdecha, ben amatecha, itachta lemosei. Lecha ezbach zebach toda v'shem Adonai echra, nirdarai l'Adonai hashalem, degdana lechol amod, bechatzrot beit Adonai b'tochech Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. 136. Hallelujah Adonai, ko'im shavuhu, shavuhu, ko'im ki gavar aleinu, aleinu chasod emet Adonai le'olam. Hallelujah, Hodu Adonai ki tov ki le'olam, ki le'olam tasod, Yom Hana, Yom Hana, Yom Hana Yisrael ki le'olam, ki le'olam tasod, Yom Runa, Yom Runa, Yom Runa Etaron ki le'olam, ki le'olam tasod, Yom Runa, Yom Runa, Yom Runa Yirei Adonai ki le'olam, ki le'olam tasod. 8 lines up from the bottom, same page. Ozi veziraya, ayehi lishua. Ozi veziraya, Lishua.
Oh, do I know?
כי מעולם עד עולם אתה אל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך נהולל, Page 138. Ikarami karashime Rabbi Yamadi Brachir Tevi Alech Brachu Tevachai Orgin Echon Uchai Edechol Beit Yisrael Agalav Izman Karibi Iberu Amen Yesh Me'ala Me'ala Yalom Me'amaya Yisrael Yitparach Vishtabach Vitpar Vivram Aminaseh Vitadar Vitalev Vitalal Shmei Kurusha Ve'ela Mitchol V'chata V'shirata Tishbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran Ba'alma V'yimeru Amen Yikabal Slotan Levot L'chol Yisrael Kadam Avuhum D'V'shemaya V'yimeru Amen Yehei Shlam Arav M'Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'yimeru Amen Yoseh Shalom B'Mromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'yimeru Amen Oseh Shalom B'Mromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'yimeru Amen Yaseh Shalom Yaseh Shalom Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael Yaseh Shalom Yaseh Shalom Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael. We continue with the service for taking the Torah out of the Ark. Page 139. Andrea, are you, and we have some Gabayim? Any Gabayim today?
Yeah, maybe it's getting
Who's-
else. Yeah.
Okay, and who's Gabayim with you?
I don't know. Michael's.
Rich?
Oh, either way. Go ahead. Rich? Go ahead.
Or who, whoever it is. Let's
Either way.
And Michael, come on up because we'll need you.
Okay, that's right.
Yep, you're good too. A lot going on.
Ein kamocha ba'elokim Adonai V'ein kamasecha Malchutecha malchut olamim U'mirshaltecha b'chol ha'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimol Le'olam ha'ed Adonai Oseano Yitein Adonai Yivarech Et Amo V'Shalom Amin Heitiva Perzona Et Zion Tirei Avot Yerushalayim Tirei Avot Yerushalayim Ki Yehover Amru Melech HaMeisah Adonim Vayhi Aharon Vayomer Moshe Ku'adon Yahusu Elecha Yanusu Mesanecha Yipanecha Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah U'devar Adonai
Okay, let's be seated. Oh, Nisa has a very good question. Why did we take 3 Torahs out today? Okay, 1 is for the regular Shabbat Torah reading. 2 is for Rosh Chodesh. And 3 is for St. Patrick's Day. No, that's not it. 3 is for, this is one of the special 4 Shabbatot before Pesach, known as Shabbat HaChodesh. So there's a special reading, different from the Rosh Chodesh reading. A special reading to get us prepared and in the mood for Pesach. Okay? So, yes, but since it's also one of the special Torah readings before Pesach, we have a 3rd one. Trifecta. And then, if we had a 4th Torah, we take that out because it's the 114th anniversary of the founding of the show. If we had a 5th Torah, it's an omnivore. Okay. So it's a very festive day, and we're never going to get out of here anyways because of the road race. So sit down, relax, and we'll have a good time. So the Torah reading, the reading for the first Torah is on page 592, starting chapter 3. יעזור בגיל של כל החופשים בעולם, אמן. כל הגוף לאלוהים וכבוד לתורה.
Talmud, Shana Bat Yitzchak Kohen.
ברוך שנתן תורה, יאמר ישראל, ביקשו שנתן לכם על בית יתן לכם, חיים כולכם היום.
592, beginning of chapter 3.
Baruch Hu Adonai Baruch Adonai Baruch Elam Ba'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'omim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah Amen.
Ve'im zevach shlamim korbano im min habakar hu makriv im zachar im nekeva tamim yakribenu lifnei Adonai v'samach yado al rosh korbano u'shechato petach ohel moed v'zarku b'nei Aharon HaKohanim et haדם al hamizbeach saviv והקריב מזבח השלמים ישב אדוני את החלב המכסה את הקרב ואת כל החלב אשר על הקרב.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah Amen. Oh, wait, sorry. Pizza? Okay, good. Okay, am I done? Well, can she be done? Talmud. Hold on a second. Talmud Nitza Bat Menachem Ubatya Levi.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך עולם ואל. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
ואת שתי החיות ואת הכלב אשר עליהם אשר על הכסלים ואת היותרת על הכבד על הכליות יסירנה ויקראו אותו בני אהרון המזבחה על העולה אשר על העצים אשר על האש יישאר ריח ניחוח לאדוני ואם מן הצאן קורבנו לזבח שלמים לאדוני זכר או נקבה תמיד יחריבנו.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. אל מלא רחמים שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה. במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזור הרקיע מסירים את נשמת מיכאל בן מנחם ובת ישראל.
בן אפרים ובת
Try one more time, please.
Menachem is my father, Ephraim is my father.
אפרים בן מנחם ובתיה. שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו, אנא בעל הרחמים, הסתירהו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים. ותצרור בצרור החיים לנשמתו, אדוני הוא נחלתו, וינוח בשלום על משכבו, ונאמר
Amen.
Tamod, Chaim ben Ya'amod, Chaim ben Abraham Belea,
Shlishi.
Shlishi. Yeah. Okay, no, I'm glad you did. Jag ska kolla.
Baruch Adonai HaBorah. Baruch Adonai HaBorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher B'Sarbanu Mikol Ha'amim V'nasa Lanu Es Toraso. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten
Amen. Im kesef du makriv et korbano v'hikriv oto lifnei Adonai v'samach et yado al rosh korbano v'shachat oto lifnei ohel moed v'zarku b'nei Aaron et damo al hamizbeach saviv v'hikriv mizbach hashlamim mishel Adonai chel bo ha'aya tmima le'umat ha'atze yisirena v'tachelev hamechaseh et hakerev ve'eg kol hachelev asher al hakerev asher al hakerev.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Nasan Lanu Toras Emet V'chayei Olam Nata V'sachenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
We're on page 594, line 10.
Thank you.
Abraham ben Rachamim.
אל מלא רחמים שוכן במרומים המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזור הרקיע מסירים את נשמת אברהם בן רחמים שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו אנא בעל הרחמים הסתירהו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים ותצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתו אדוני הוא נחלתו וינוח בשלום על משכבו ונאמר אמן.
Tahamod, Ruia, Leah, Bat Abraham, Avinu, Revi'i.
Baruch Adonai HaBorah. Baruch Adonai HaBorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
את שתי החיות ואת החלב אשר עליהן, אשר על הכסלים, ואת היותרת על הכבד, על הכליות יסירנה. והתירו הכהן המזבחה לחם משל אדוני, ועם עז קורבנו, והקריבו לפני אדוני.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. אמן.
יעמוד יעקב בן ישמעאל וחנה. חמישי. Jim. Oh, you can. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's why I didn't see you here. I apologize. Okay. Okay. Ta'amod Gittel Yehudet Ba'aran Menachem V'Chana Cyril. Chamishi.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Elam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Elam Va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. ושמח את ידו על ראשו, ושחט אותו לפני אוהל מועד, וזרקו בני אהרון את דמו על המזבח סביב, והקריב ממנו קורבנו אישר אדוני את החלב המכסה את הקרב, ואת כל החלב אשר על הקרב, ואת שתי הכליות המכסה את הקרב, ואת החלב אשר על הקרב, ואת שתי הכליות, ואת החלב אשר עליהן, אשר על הכסלים, ואת היותרת על הכבד, על הכליות יסירנה. והקטירם הכהן המזבח על לחם אישה לריח ניחוח. כל חלב אדוני, חוקת עולם לדורותיכם, בכל מושבותיכם, כל חלב וכל דם, לא תאכלו.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah tanach, v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
On the top of page 595, line 1 of chapter 4. Okay. Shishi? Yes, Shishi. Tahamod Shoshana Ba'chana Vadov Shishi.
And we're noting that all these sacrifices and whatever, what's this all about? Well, what it's about is a way of repairing something if something's got messed up. If someone makes a mistake, as we'll see here at the beginning of this chapter 6, someone makes a mistake, hurt someone bishgaga, not intentionally, there's a way of offering a sacrifice, there's a public way of acknowledging I made a mistake, and let's move on. And that's why it's very important. It's a little strange to our ears today because we don't go around killing animals and stuff. But still, this is a way to say, all right, sometimes we mess up, and we don't have to be kept behind by that or reminded by that all the time. We're going to acknowledge it, and then move forward. And that's what we're doing really in this section.
Where are we?
We're on page 595.
5, verse 1.
Yeah.
She was a little rebellion.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu kol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
And we see that even the Kohen can make a mistake. And that's what we're looking at now. And the Kohen has to do the same thing as everyone else. Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael lemor, nefesh ki techeta vishgaga mikol mitzvot Adonai asher lo te'asena va'aseh me'achad mehena im hakohen HaMashiach yecheta lo ashma'at ha'am והקריב חטאתו אשר חטא פר בן בקר תמים לאדוני לחטאת.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah bemet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch ata Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Okay, so, hold on a second. Yahamod, Hadba, Chris. I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Yitzchak, Ben Abraham. Yitzchak. In Tahamod Galila, I'm sorry. Yeah.
In the back.
But Kana
And Herschel.
and Herschel.
Stand as the first Torah is lifted and
Sorry.
tied.
You're doing a good job, Cindy.
Is sitting with it and put on your shoulder. Thank you. Let's be seated. Okay, so now just to give you an idea where we're at. Sorry, I didn't make this up. I followed this. It's a little bit longer today, whatever. So now we come to the reading for Rosh Chodesh. And it's a new month, the special reading for Rosh Chodesh. That's the next reading. And then the next one is going to be for Shabbat HaChodesh. Oh, keep it all straight. All right, that's where we're at. So this is going to remind us that it's a new month, a new movie.
What page are we at?
Oh, good question.
Yes.
We're
596.
No.
Wait a minute, am I wrong?
Oh, no, you're right.
Oh,
New scroll. We're on column B. No, we're on page 931. 931, verse 11.
Yeah, but I thought this one was
she was there a minute ago. All right, Ellen. She's still sitting. She's still sitting. That's why I asked. Okay. All right. So Yahamud,
Final Shalom.
Shalom. Final Shalom.
Ben Moshe
Ben Moshe Urachaleah. Shvi'i.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chalpanu mikol ha'amim v'nosan lanu es toraso. Baruch Atah Adonai nosein ha'torah.
U'v'roshei chodshechem takrivu olah l'Adonai harim b'nei bakar shnayim v'hayel echad v'asim b'nei shana shivat timimim u'shlosha esronim. So let me chadlu Hashem and lapar ha'echad u'shnei esronim. So let me chadlu Hashem and la'ayil ha'echad Yisharon. So let me chadlu Hashem and la'kaves ha'echad ol ha'reach nichoach mishel Adonai v'nizkehem chatzi ha'hin Yelapar, Ushlishit Hahin La'ayil, Revi'it Hahin La'keves Yayin, Zot Olat Chodesh B'chodsho, L'chodshei Hashana, Useir Izim Echad B'chatat Adonai, Al Olat HaTamid Ye'aseh, V'nizkor.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nosan lanu Torah sames v'chayim tezachenu. Baruch Atah Adonai nosein ha'torah.
Amen. Okay, Yahamud, Galila, Yosef ben Shmuel.
Actually, we do a Chatzi Kaddish here. I'm sorry. We do a Chatzi Kaddish and then we lift it.
Yiskada Shemei Ravo. Yom Adivrach Yerusei Yom Nichmach Husei.
Yahamud Halva, Yosef ben Shmuel, and Yahamud Galila, Shalom ben Yitzchak Zakaya. That's right. No, he's called.
Chris, you're going to have to sit outside. Please rise.
Torah.
Good job.
This is the St. Patrick's Day Torah. This is good.
Yahamod, Machir, Reuben, Lev, Ben Mordechai.
So now we come to the reading for this special Shabbat, and please notice on the beginning of verse 2 it says HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem. This month is for you. And the question is, why does it have to say for you? Isn't that clear? And maybe we'll talk about that. Oh yeah, what page? 380. 380, chapter 12.
Verse 1.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamborach. Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natam lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aaron be'eretz Mitzrayim le'mor HaChodesh hazeh lachem rosh chodashim rishon hu lachem lechodshei hashana dabru el kol adat Yisrael le'mor ve'asor lachodesh hazeh vaychu lachem ish Sel beit avot seramayit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And before we do Hagban Galila, let's do a prayer for healing. Misheberach Avraham Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Uyivarech Yirapeh Et.
Serbia.
David Jarvis from Bethany.
Mother Welbeck and Bobby Levy and Eileen Bellenstein. Mary
Bekol HaCholim B'Kila Kedosha Zot HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem Lachazikam L'Rapotam V'Yishlach Lahem Behera Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim Refuat HaNefesh U'Refuat HaGuf B'toch Shar Cholei Yisrael Shabbatim Milizok U'Refuat Kravo Lavo Hashta Bagala B'Zman Kariv B'Nomar Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessing and healing to all those who are ill within our congregational family. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of spirit and a healing of body, together with all others who are ill among the Jewish people and among the world. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all those who are ill be surrounded by the love of their friends, their loving companions, their families, and their community, and let us say, Amen.
Yahamud, Hagba, Michael ben Noah, Hamud, Galila, Bela, Golda, Hershel.
Let's stand as the Torah is lifted and tied.
V'zor HaTorah asher sam Moshe lefnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe Torah Hallelujah.
marking the founding of our congregation. That would be appropriate also to say Misha Berach, which is on page 148, for those who serve the community and support the congregation. And I didn't know any of them back there 114 years ago, but they took some risks to help establish this place, so let's keep them in mind, as well as those today who are following in their footsteps and continuing to support our lovely group. Misha, it's the second paragraph. Misha Be'ela Tena Ravitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Hu Yimarech Echol Mahal HaKadosh Hazeh Im Kol Kihilot HaKodesh Hem U'Bneihem U'Bnotehem B'chol Asher יחדים בתי פרסיון לתפילה ומי שבאים בתוכם להתפלל ומי שנותנים נר למאור ויין לקידוש ולהבדלה ופר באורחים וצדקה לעבדים וכל מי שעוסקים בצורכי ציבור ובעניין ארץ ישראל באמונה הקדוש ברוך הוא ישלם שכרם ויסיר מהם כל מחלה וירפא לכל גופם ויסלח לכל עוונם וישלח ברכה והצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם עם כל ישראל אחיהם ונאמר Amen. And let's continue with the Ashrei Yitzchak's version, page 151. And yeah.
Okay.
And then Laura, if you'll join us for the lesson. Page 151, the beginning of the Ashrei.
Ashrei, Ashrei, Yoshvei,
Please rise.
She's going to do the rest of the Ashrei?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, you're doing
So,
sure.
Okay, so once you take that's like
Yeah, it's still like that.
This is the third one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yahallelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado. Haaretz v'shamayim,
So let's take a look at the third reading, which is a special one for this one to get us prepared for Pesach. So in case we haven't started getting ready for Pesach, this is a gentle hint to do it. And let's look on page 380.
I love the fact that they call this the last act.
And would someone start us off at the beginning of chapter 12?
The Lord said to Moses and Aaron on the land of Egypt, "This month shall mark for you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first of the months of the year for you. Speak to the whole community of Israel and say that on the 10th of this month, each of them shall take a lamb to a family, a lamb to a household. But if the household is too small for a lamb, let him share one with a neighbor who dwells nearby, in proportion to the number of persons. You shall contribute for the lamb according to what each household will eat. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a yearling male. You may take it from the sheep or from the goats. You shall keep watch over it until the 14th day of this month, and all the assembled congregation of the Israelites shall slaughter it at twilight. They shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and the lintel of the houses in which they are to eat. They shall eat the flesh that same night. They shall eat it roasted over the fire, with unleavened bread and with bitter herbs. Do not eat any of it raw, or cooked in any way with water, but roasted, head, legs, and entrails, over the fire. You shall not leave any of it over until morning. If any of it is left until morning, you shall burn it."
And would you read one more sentence, please?
"This is how you shall eat it. Your loins girded, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it hurriedly. It is a Passover offering to the Lord."
Thank you. Okay, so we're still in Egypt. We still haven't left. And yet, we're preparing for freedom. We're ready to prepare for freedom. So we should already have the Passover sacrifice. We should eat it all dressed and ready to go, ready to hit the road. Right? This is before the Red Sea parted, this is before everything. So we still haven't totally left freedom, the slavery, but we already have a free mentality. We're prepared for it, we're prepared to move forward. Which is, I think, the wonderful piece I take from this, in addition to reminding me, all right, I better clean out the chametz and clean out the whatever. How do we prepare for freedom? How do we prepare for Pesach spiritually? How do we prepare so that we're all ready to go? So it doesn't just come upon us, but we take some positive action to help bring it about. So, let me stop there for a second, just if anyone has anything that resonates for them in terms of how you prepare, or how you'd like to prepare this year, but haven't been able to do other years. Just any thoughts whatsoever.
The absolute thorough spring cleaning.
Exactly.
And changing dishes and changing pots and pans.
Yeah.
But at the same time, remembering that we aren't a slave to all the inedible pieces. If it's dust, it's not chametz.
That's right. After that's what it is. Right. This year I'm going to try to do some Haggadah shopping. I saw the Yiddish Book Center has got a nice selection of Haggadot, and we're actually planning to go into Boston after the big day and do some Haggadah shopping. So as a way to, I do get all caught up in all the chametz thing and stuff, and that's good, I think. But I really think it's also important that each year to rethink what does this holiday mean. Each year to get some new spiritual inspiration. So I'm looking for some new Haggadot, and so I offer that as if it's a practice that anyone else want to try. You don't have to go into Boston. We have to go to Amherst or other places are online, I suppose, too.
I think another thing I do for me, is I feel like it's really a time where I want my family together, and I really want to make sure that they're there, and to be, one day we go somewhere and then one day we're at my house, and I really want to make sure my family's all there, and they are, even if they're not practicing. I want them there. And so that's another thing I do is just to make sure that everyone's coming and touch base with them and let them know, and they're happy about it too, because they look forward to some of the traditions from the past. Even my son, who doesn't practice, comes and he loves it. He can't wait, because it's not a favorite of everyone, but he loves matzah. He loves the traditional foods.
I think anything you cook, Cindy.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We're having a wonderful time there, and we don't hear anything.
Okay. There's another thing that we do in our congregation, which echoes what we just read in the Torah reading. The Torah reading talks about make sure that everyone's got a lamb to offer and to share it. And if someone doesn't have, then everyone goes in on it and you share it together. This is a holiday not to just be me alone in my own little world, but to share it with friends and neighbors. And that's another piece of preparation that we do here. There are folks who are looking to have guests at their Seder. And there are folks who maybe it's tough to make a Seder and looking to be with other folks. And we're doing our Seder together again, as we've done it for many years. And so Laura's the person to call if you want to join a Seder with other folks and share in that shared communal meal. It's what it's about. And that's part of being a community, eating together and supporting one another in that. So, and by the way, those who ask to be guests are supporting those who invite them. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. So that's another thing I think that's really important. Yes, Gail.
I just want to say, if anybody's looking for a good resource on contemporary readings of the Seder American Jewish World Service, their website, you can get really great readings about what's going on in the world and print them out and add them to your Seder, either for discussion or it's just for a reading. So ajws.org.
Great.
I always
Speak up loud if you can.
Who, me?
Yes.
I'm never quiet. No, I just wanted to say, over the years, we've taken in strangers that we didn't know. We've opened our house. This year, only one will be a stranger. Your mother. And it's been very rich to invite strangers. Can you hear me? No, I just think I end up getting a lot out of meeting new people.
So I want to go back to the question I asked before, where it says on page 380, verse 2, HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem Rosh Chodeshim. This month, it could have just said this month is the new month, the beginning of all the months. But it adds, this month is for you, the beginning of months. Why? The for you. And of course, there are millions of traditional answers. For me, why not? Okay. But here's one that I wanted to share with you. It's very short. I'll read the Hebrew and then translate it. HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem. This month is for you. Chodesh HaGeulah Masur Lachem. This is the month of the redemption, right? This is the month we get redeemed, we become free. So this month of us becoming a free people is handed over to us. Talui bachem. It's dependent on us. It's not just for us. It's dependent on us. B'ma'asechem hatovim. It's dependent on our good deeds. Lo b'schut mishu. Not on what someone else does, on what we do. It implies our redemption is dependent not just up there, but on us. And our bringing in this month of redemption is upon us. So I would urge us to think, as we prepare for our Seders, and when we do our Seders, what is it that we want to continue to make this new month our month, a new season of continuing to help bring redemption not only for our people, but for the world. Yes, worry about the chametz, but worry also about the message of the holiday. And the last thing I just wanted to tie in is 114 years ago, I checked in this wonderful resource, the Complete Hebrew Calendar from 1900 on, that when our ancestors started the synagogue. They did it exactly around this time of year. Exactly pre-Pesach, exactly around the same Torah readings we're doing right now.
That's cool.
And I was moved just by that thought. And then I started to think, what was the world like in 1904? The end of the previous century, there was a trial that was probably one of the most famous trials public until that point, the Dreyfus trial, where a captain of the French army was accused of treason, of being a spy and of being untrue to his country, France. But it wasn't just any captain. It was the highest ranking Jew in the French army, Alfred Dreyfus. And when the trial took place, people weren't yelling, "Kill the traitor." They were yelling, "Kill the Jew." And it really was a major, something that the whole world followed. He was convicted. He was sent to away on which island?
Devil's
Island. And eventually, years later, he was pardoned. If you want to get all the exact years, ask Simon. He knows it all. This is his expertise. So that was one thing about. This was in a Western enlightened country. Secondly, the year before, in 1903, in Kishinev, there was one of the worst ever pogroms. The Kishinev pogrom. It was known as the City of Slaughter, and Chaim Nachman Bialik wrote a poem, Ir HaHarega, the City of Slaughter. This was not a good time for the Jewish people. This was really a terrible event. And so there was reason to be worried. There was reason not to have a lot of hope. But, and I'm guessing at this, that a lot of the folks who founded this congregation probably started coming here in the 1880s. Because that was one of the earlier waves of pogroms. That's when a lot of Jews started leaving Europe. And they said, enough, dayenu. And they came here, and even though France was experiencing anti-Semitism, even though what had just happened the year before in Kishinev, they said, it's Rosh Chodesh Lachem, Manu. It's up to us to continue this tradition. It's up to us to take the next steps towards redemption and freedom. And one of the things we're going to do is build this shul.
And if you build it, they will come.
And if you build it, they will come. And so it's something just to think about and to be thankful to them and to be thankful that I feel that we have something, they've given us something very special. Very special. And I feel that we're continuing to build on it. And maybe let's
out of the Dreyfus trial, one good thing came. Theodore Herzl was inspired and led to the birth of Israel years later.
Absolutely. He attended the trial, and that's what awakened him to becoming an activist. He was not, he was an assimilated Jew. He was not one who had been deeply, yes, it's true. Thank you. All right, so just some thoughts for all the different strands of the holiday. And Jimmy.
I really don't know if it's worthy or not, but we had a Jewish mayor in the city, and on St. Patrick's Day in 1959, the mayor of Dublin, Ireland, came to Holyoke, and the Jewish mayor and the Irish mayor of Dublin rode in an open convertible in the St. Patrick's Day parade, and in honor of all of this, although both flags were being flown, the convertible was painted green. So I don't know if it's noteworthy or not, but here's the story.
Thank you.
And I'm reminded of
the mayor.
Buddy Resnick's father.
Very nice. Thank you. It's great to learn more of our history. Page continue. Page 182. Just before I read the names from our congregation of those who have Yortzeit, I wanted to call to memory someone who died this week, a very, very special human being, David Wyman. He was a professor at UMass for many years. He was the grandson of 2 ministers. He was not Jewish. And he wrote one of the most powerful books exploring why our country did not do more to help save the Jews in World War II. And he took on Roosevelt, who for many Jews was, next to God. And, but it's very well documented. As a matter of fact, he donated 13 cartons of his research that people can still read. It's called The Abandonment of the Jews, America and the Holocaust, 1941 to 1945. It's still a book very much worth reading. He was a Judaic Studies professor at UMass, a mensch of the First Order. He wrote this because he was passionate about the issue and he was concerned as a Christian about how the world had treated the Jews. No other motivation. And if we ever wonder how scholarship can change history a little bit, in one of the obituaries I read about him, that I didn't know about him, is there was a point in the 1980s when there was a large number of Jews, about 800 Jews, who were stuck in Sudan. Ethiopian Jews who were trying to get out, and they weren't able to get out, and they were likely to be massacred in Sudan. And someone went up to then President Bush, handed him this book, and said, we've got to do something about this. The United States can't be silent again. Can't let Jews be massacred again. And Bush did send in U.S. planes to save them, and he acknowledged that this book played a very important role in that decision. So I just want to call him to memory this day, along with Joseph Levin Epstein, Sandra Lipson, Anna Rachel Marks, Florence A. Costin, Abraham Sieber, Betty Sparks, Fanny Eisenstock, Bertha Herman, Martha Messias, Harold Kaiser, Russell Kennefick, Maurice Lipson, Ethel Charlotte Wilson, Mordechai Drydak, Irving Kotak, and Abraham Nathanson. Mourner's Kaddish, page 184. Yikadal v'kadash shemei Rabbah, v'amad yivah pirutei, v'yamliv malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei t'chol beit Yisrael, v'alav v'zman karib v'yimru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah v'yorach v'yalon v'lomei hayah, v'yitvarach v'yishtarach v'yitparar v'yitramam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shnei kedusha b'rechu, ve'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'amiran v'yalmad v'yimru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. We have announcements? Is that you?
Yes.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom for those of you at home. Just a couple of announcements. We have today, the 114th anniversary of our synagogue. Happy birthday, synagogue.
Yeah.
And we have a special kiddush downstairs, including lox and cheesecake and a couple of other goodies that Joan has provided for us. We have a special week coming up for actually my family and for Bonnie and Maggie. We have their conversion on Monday at the mikvah at Mayim Chaim, and so we'll be doing that on Monday. We're very excited for for Maggie, Ken, and Brielle. They will be converting. The following Saturday, March 24th, we have Bonnie's special birthday and the 45th anniversary of her bat mitzvah, so we'll be celebrating that along with Maggie, Ken, and Brielle's conversion. So we have a real special Saturday next week, very special Shabbat to celebrate, and a lot of things to celebrate, so we hope you'll join us. we had a event scheduled for tomorrow, and I realized that the city was not going to be accessible. So we had to reschedule it. On April 29th, we have the authors of the book, Meet Me at the Well. It's Jane Yolen and Barbara Diamond Golden, and they will be here talking to us about what brought them to write the book together and their experience in writing it. And they'll be here and to have a special event with them, and it'll be fantastic. They're very well known and have a lot of other books that they've authored, and it'll be a great event for them when they come. I think that's it for now.
We're gonna hold a banner,
Banner.
For today we do have the banner out, and they are running in 15 minutes.
Wow.
So we don't have a lot of time, so we do have the banner that we were going to put out. We didn't put it out earlier because it was too windy. So those of you who might want to join us at 1 o'clock exactly, we're going to be out on the steps. So I'll have to finish this right now so that those of us who want to be out there can be out there. One last thing real quick, we do have a special challah downstairs. I just want to say that we did bake challah yesterday, and it was Rich Fryman's maiden voyage of baking challah. So downstairs we'll be having a taste test. Shabbat Shalom.
So let's close with Adon Olam, page 187, in honor of this day. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Teren Kol Yisir Nivra Shalom.
don't feel good if you don't. I promise I will. So, what's going on? We gotta go to the rock and then run out.